ça, le tournoi est venu ici au MAA. On l'a eu ici pendant quelques années. Et pour ceux qui ont eu la chance, we then went to the forum with the glass court, which was actually quite spectacular. And since we've rebuilt these courts over here, we've come back here to play obviously in a very intimate setting. Comme vous savez, le club va fermer à partir du mois d'août pendant quelques années pour être reconstruit. Donc, le prochain tournoi, difficile pour moi de dire où il va être, mais j'espère de tout cœur qu'on va retourner, that we will go back and use the glass court again. And then the pros, obviously, they love the clubs, but they really like the glass court, and I think the glass court for the game is very good because it does bring extra people to watch that probably wouldn't do it or won't do it. So just to shorten the speech that we're going to have, the speeches that we're going to have to do after, there's obviously quite a few people to thank. I always get a good group helping me out, starting with the juniors that I train here all the time, that have been cleaning the court, always been sitting on the side, so they always help me out every year. Some members, there's been Anna, that's been at the front desk, Robert has been handling the stand. Trevor has been taking the pictures. I don't know if some of you have been reading the write-up, but Runa over there does fabulous write-up. Je lui dis à chaque année, puis elle pense que c'est seulement moi qui pense ça, mais c'est pas vrai. Ces write-ups sont je reçois des courriels d'un peu partout comme quoi sont excellents. Glenn, if some of you have been watching the live streaming, Glenn, who's a member here, I mean, there's actually a few people that emailed me asking me if he followed the tour because he's so good. So Glenn Chamberlain doing the commentary. Alors, c'est certain que je suis un peu nostalgique ici parce que c'est le dernier gros événement. On en a tenu beaucoup. Moi, ça fait 29 ans, pour ceux qui ne savent pas, que je suis ici. Ça fait au-dessus de 25 tournois internationaux que j'ai organisés ici dans le MAA, au-dessus de 50 tournois nationaux et provinciaux. J'espère de tout cœur que dans 2 ans, quand on va reconstruire, on va retrouver l'ambiance qu'on a ici, les membres, les gens qui viennent de l'extérieur. Je pense que le MAA, c'est une place très spéciale pour le squash. J'ai vu beaucoup de gens grandir, j'ai vu des parents et des jeunes grandir, revenir membres ici. Fait que j'espère de tout cœur que vous allez avoir la chance de revenir ici dans 2 ans. Alors, on passe. So let's start with the final, and his brother won this tournament a couple of years ago. I've known him for a long time because he plays for Mexico. He's ranked 45th in the world. Had a fabulous comeback yesterday to win his semi, and because I coach the Canadian team, I've actually not liked him so much over the years because Mexico has beaten Canada a few times. But the first semi-finalist, Mr. Salazar. And the first seed, ranked 31st in the world. He's been here a few times. I think this is his 3rd time. Hasn't lost a game so far, so he's doing very, very well in this tournament. So Adrian Waller from England. L'arbitre pour le match, Auguste Dussault de France. Bon match.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Montreal Open here at the MEA Sporting Club. downtown Montreal. My name is Glenn Chamberlain. It is my distinct pleasure to bring you the final of this great tournament. We've had some fantastic matches over the last 4 days, some long nights in the commentary box, and some really good crowds. I'm really privileged to be joined by the legendary Tashlin Reddy, who apparently almost refed this match, and he's pretty happy that he's here in the commentary box, right, Tash?
Yeah, definitely dodged a bullet on that one. Much happier to be commentating this match and can enjoy it from without any players or crowd arguing against me.
Yeah. Which actually happened about an hour ago with the club championships here. Tash was reffing, and the players didn't agree with any of his calls. It was the funniest thing. But he's still alive, so, you know.
Yep,
obviously
horrible ref.
It's good enough. It's good enough.
Well, we got August reffing. And
yeah, August Dussor of France.
France, and yeah, he had a brilliant game yesterday. And unfortunately, after the loss, he has to ref this match, but maybe he'll enjoy it. We'll find out.
Yeah, well, he had a tough one against Waller yesterday. If you saw that match, you'll have just seen basically just the form that Waller's bringing into this final. He's red hot, hasn't dropped a game this whole tournament, and looking like $1 million right now. He's the guy in the white shirt who's about 6'7", and bare feet. And Salazar on the other side of your screen, though, in the green, is definitely not to be taken lightly. He had an incredible comeback yesterday. Tash, you saw that one, right?
Oh, it was a brilliant comeback, yeah. I had all my money on Sherbini after he went up 2-love, but Salazar tightened up a bit, hit a couple brilliant shots, and yeah, somehow squeaked it out.
Yeah, it was very, my perspective on it was just very mentally strong from Salazar. He didn't really change his strategy at all. He kept doing the same things as he was doing the whole match, even after he lost the first 2 games. But he just continued to believe that there would be a drop-off from Sherbini. He took the third 12-10, tight fourth game as well, and then a comfortable 5th game. But it was pretty impressive from him.
I think you nailed it. Arturo just kept the pace up the whole match, whereas Sherbini kind of dropped off just ever so slightly in the 3rd and 4th. And that gave the door open for Arturo to take the match.
And you're right, it was very slight.
Yeah, these are insane margins that we're talking about here with these guys.
Like a shade off the pace, maybe a little bit, maybe a little tired, but still retrieving well. And Salazar, he's been on the tour for 12 years now. He's experienced as all heck on there, and he knows what he's doing. And I think. Obviously, Waller's the favorite going into this match.
Definitely.
But I think if Salazar can sort of do the same thing as he did to Sherbini yesterday, get in Waller's head, mess around with some tricky play to the front of the court, and maybe get this match a little scrappy, he can, I think more than anyone that Waller's played so far, he has the potential to break up the incredible movement of the big Englishman.
Exactly. And as amazing as Waller's route to the finals is, he's won every game. He's won every match 3-love. Hasn't been no game's been taken off him. So I think if Arturo can maybe get a game off him, we'll see Waller in a different position than he's been in this whole tournament, with a bit of pressure on him.
Yeah, like if any of you are hockey fans, the Tampa Bay Lightning went out in the first round of the NHL, and they had the best record in the history of the NHL in the regular season, but they hadn't been through any hardship, any tough games. They go in the playoffs, go down 2-0, and they collapse, You see it every day for people who haven't been tested in tournaments like this.
And Arturo is definitely battle-hardened from yesterday's match, so hopefully
yes.
If his legs are good to go, I think mentally he'll be there too. So.
Oh, yeah, we're going to see some fireworks from Arturo tonight if he's physically up for it. And he just walked past the commentary box. He looks all business to me.
Oh,
I can see the determination in his eyes, Tash.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
And, obviously very fit player, too.
Oh,
amazing. Incredible mover as well. He's really fast.
Super smooth.
Yeah.
The plyos he has, the change of direction, amazing. And I think that's the strength of Arturo is change of direction. It's extremely fast, and whereas Waller, being as big as he is, although he does cover it quite well, I think if Arturo makes him change directions a couple times, couple holds, couple 2-all boasts, he might be in have a shot at this match.
Yeah.
But if he gets in the attritional play around the tee that Waller's so amazing at, I think he might be running for a bit a bit too much this match for him to have a chance.
Sure. What impressed me probably the most from his game was his straight backhand and forehand drop from the back of the court. And I think against a big guy like Waller, getting him into that corner and forcing him to just consistently lob on tight balls is could be a difference maker. But I, for one, am excited for how this match is going to go.
Ready to get started here.
Terrible drop shot to start.
Nice line there. Waller's controlling the tee as expected so far. Don't think he's taken more than a step yet.
That is exactly the kind of play Salazar has to do if he's going to win this match. Are you saying 2-wall post?
Amazing 2-wall post, and yeah, put a bit of pressure on Waller to get low.
I mean, that's his game really too. He takes the ball short so much.
You have to do that consistently throughout the match to have a chance here. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's 2 perfect points by Salazar here. Just amazing technique from the backhand side.
Yeah, it's really pretty, isn't it? Very good release point. Hits it at the same, exactly the same point. Nice racket face every time. And there's the speed for you. Arturo Salazar actually has an identical twin brother who's been as high as 15 in the world, Cesar Salazar. He's renowned as maybe the fastest player in the world behind Rodriguez. And some of his retrievals are just absolutely ridiculous. And Arturo, I don't think he's quite at the same level as his brother when it comes to pure speed, but you can see the genes there for sure.
Oh yeah, both of them are just amazing squash players. And then Waller with a nice lob into the back, using a bit of touch. And maybe Arturo's strings went in that last rally. I'm not sure, he's off court at the moment.
Well, if he broke his racket, then that's probably the best lob I've ever seen. So good your opponent breaks your racket on it, eh? But we both played on these courts, so we know how brutal lobs are if you can put them in the corner. Lots of funny bounces in the back of the court, and the walls are very grippy as well. So.
Oh, exactly. The slow ball in the back, clipping the side wall, definitely slows it down a lot.
Just making sure that racket's okay. It's actually like a 15-year-old Black Knight racket, eh? It's not like a very modern choice from Salazar.
Some players, once they find something they like, they don't like to change. And that's a completely unforced error by Waller, and against someone like Arturo, he's going to have to tighten up a bit if he's going to push this game close.
I think the error shows that Waller's maybe a little edgier for this match than he has been in the other ones, because he really came in there just full of confidence before, and I think in every match I've seen him play so far in this tournament, he's jumped up to like a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, maybe shows a bit more respect for Arturo, or...
You know, Waller's shown some incredible play in this match so far, but there's a reason he's not ranked, 15 in the world right now. And it's, because he has trouble with dealing with players that are closer in rank with him. He doesn't play at the same level with everybody. Oh my gosh.
Great get by Waller. A nice back in. And I think the players are both feeling each other out here. They're being a bit edgy, hitting some unforced errors, and...
I think for both of these guys, this is would be the biggest title of their career. So obviously a lot on the line here, and I don't know if they're friends off the court, but no mercy here today.
No mercy at all. They're both ready to go.
Salazar's cold-blooded play yesterday. I'm definitely not expecting any mercy from him.
Salazar really trying to push Waller to all four corners of the court here.
Yeah, it's very impressive. It's
really
good ball control right now.
Yep, that backhand drop from the back court is really working Waller at the moment, but when Waller settles in, he seems pretty comfortable around the tee area, don't you think?
Yep. Wow.
Oh, that's an amazing ball.
Oh, what a great angle to see that one from. Look at how close that is.
Millimeters from the ground and millimeters from the 10.
Somebody knows how to use a 17-inch tin. And for novice squash fans, the professional game uses a 17-inch tin instead of a 19-inch, which is what the masses use when playing squash. And you'd be surprised at how much of a difference it is. You know, it adds about a foot or two at the front of the court. Everything's a little more severe. And experienced players like Salazar know how to use that extra 2 inches.
If these guys were playing on a 19-inch tin, I feel like the rallies would go on forever. Although they're still going on quite long with the 17, so. Oh, and there's a 2-hole again, but Waller, yeah.
Wow.
Salazar's boasts are really working Waller at the moment, and he's going to have to figure out something to counter that.
Oof. It's a good straight in there. Very deceptive. Just got to question how old are these players. The Salazar is in his early 30s, 31 or 32. And Waller's 29. Same age group as Mohamed Al-Sharbagi, actually. This is the
I haven't seen Waller make this many mistakes in the whole tournament, to be honest.
No,
so
far nothing close to this.
So
this is like a different player right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him regroup either in the middle of this game or coming into the second. But
oh yeah, there'll be a resurgence from him for sure. But Salazar is loving this right now.
Yep.
He's like, feel free to make errors. Oh, incredible speed. Thrown off by the tripping on Waller's leg and then getting himself back in position.
Oh, great shot by Waller.
It's a guess, though. So we're just going to have everyone's favorite court cleaner, Murat, go on there and do his thing. He actually got kicked off the court a couple days ago for poor technique, but hopefully he'll have sorted that out. Got some very abrupt pointers from Yvon about exactly how to clean a court. Oh, that's pretty quick. He might have to go back on. We'll see.
I seem to have done an okay job there.
Yeah,
One
nice
of Montreal's
job,
top juniors actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
you're looking at Montreal's top junior right now. I'm really happy because I beat him in 5 yesterday, and that's hopefully the last time I'll ever play him.
Yep,
I'll
he's
see
going to
him
be
when
improving pretty fast. That's
oh yeah. When he's when he's 80 in the world, I can hold that over him.
And a no let given.
Salazar plays that ball very well.
Yep, just
you
right
know,
into the neck.
Right into the neck. Yeah, it has to be in the neck because he doesn't even try and hide the shot at all. He just
slots it in perfectly.
Just slots it in.
And that's twice Waller's gotten Salazar on that backhand flick cross court. It's a little hold and what a perfect shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot. You can see second bounce right into the neck. It's exactly where he wanted to put that. And he still gets a lot of power on it, even though it's a flick, which is, just even more speed on that ball, coupled with the deception. Oh.
Arturo seems to be firing on all cylinders here. He hasn't put much of a foot wrong this whole game.
Look at that technique. Yeah. That's perfect. That's a great flat.
Amount of leg and core strength there to be able to pull that off stably.
Oh, 100%. Very deceptive too, especially on the forehand side. It's so hard to read that shot if you can pull it off like that. Waller looks rattled, and he's about to drop the first game he's dropped this whole tournament here. It'd be a huge upset if Salazar could pull off the win today.
I think if Waller wants, he definitely needs to extend this game or the match in general. With both Salazar's had a couple games. Well, those boasts are really working well. It's amazing.
Yeah, just another amazing boast.
Salazar takes the first game.
Yeah. Got another all-star court cleaner on there, and Jasmine Bouclé doing a great job. Another strong junior here.
What do you think Waller needs to change in this game for him to...
Oh, it's all mental. He has the skill set to take the next 3 games fairly comfortably against Salazar, but he just can't get caught up in mental tricks, and he just has to have confidence in his own game. And I'm not seeing that right now at all. But I was just chatting about this with the pro here, Yvon Provencal, but Waller's been playing top 20 squash this whole week, and he's not ranked in the top 20. So you've got to wonder, and he's been around for a number of years, and he hasn't ever been in the top 20. You've got to wonder, is this why he's not ranked in the top 20? Is that he has trouble showing up and putting everything on court consistently?
He seems to have taken a step up the tee in this first point, or second point, so yep. Waller's definitely stepping up on the tee in this game, and I think that's exactly what he should be doing.
Yeah, this is a good start.
He covers the boast a bit more with that step, and he puts a lot more pressure on Arturo to hit a better length.
Yeah, I think the most impressive part of his game that I saw yesterday was his counter drop. And I think if he can start to do that on instead of lobbing his way out, start to counter drop some of Salazar's short play, that's when he'll see some success.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because Salazar's, his drop shots aren't, he's not trying to win the point outright. He's just trying to work the big man into the front corners.
Yeah.
What was that?
Waller just takes a nice point. Wow, amazing gets at the back to get him back in the rally, and then
lo and behold, Waller plays a counter drop, wins the point.
Yep.
Maybe he should be coming over here and getting advice from me between games. Unfortunately, Sean Dellier is not roughing again today. As fun as that was yesterday, he is in Ottawa playing an exhibition actually against Cameron Seth, another Canadian player, the Sport Tech club in Ottawa. Yeah, that's a good shot. Very strong play.
Waller's definitely stepping it up this game. It's putting a bit more pressure on him. Switches it up with a trickle boast there to open up the straight drive.
Kind of looked like a double hit there. Yeah, this is a play we saw yesterday, so looks like he's turning it on a little more now. Do you think that was a double hit?
It might have been. I think maybe Salazar conceded the point there by not going for the next point.
Yeah. I mean, we all know Salazar's. He's a scrappy player. He's willing to do what it takes to win a squash match.
Yeah. It's a great trait to have, in my opinion. Definitely, like you need to be able to scrape things out. I think.
Yeah. So 5-love lead for Waller. Really jumping out here. Oof. So now looks like Waller's playing up a little more, expecting the drops to go in.
Yep.
And you know that's the other side of Salazar's game. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. And he's throwing so many balls into the front of the court. Of course, he's going to start making
clipping
errors.
a couple tins, yep. Especially as the match goes on and on. Yeah.
So Alette to Waller. Salazar still yet to have put a point on the board.
Waller's just tightened up so much more in this game, and yep.
I mean, there's the counter drop, Tash.
Yeah, the counter drop's definitely working. I mean, the nick popped up slightly, but that counter drop is inch perfect.
Tell you what, Waller has an absolutely beautiful forehand technique, especially on that drop shot. A lot of players, their forehand is weaker than their backhand in the technical aspect, but he just, that's the kind of technique you want to coach kids.
Exactly.
That serve was almost out of court, just as I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. 9-love. Well, I wonder if Waller will give Salazar a point here.
Nope. He's going to go
after,
for the bagel.
I guess when you're down 1-love, yeah, no love lost. So.
I think it's pretty standard on the PSA Tour to just take the 11-love. Oh my gosh. I've seen a couple of 11-loves in the last couple of years at the highest level. Gaultier did it to Gawad in a big match. I think Farag did it a couple times. Yeah, that's a great one. Oh, wow. Man. Well, good for Salazar getting a point on the board.
Oh, that is a frame winner.
Could you imagine if Waller did that on the last point?
I guess being 10-1 up, there's not much more to expect.
Oh, man. That's like one of my dad's shots right there. I'll tell you what, my dad does that about 3 times a game.
We're all tied up here.
And we are back for this third game. What's going to happen now? Tash?
I think, yeah, I don't know. I think Waller's going to take the next two, to be honest. If he's playing like that, he showed why he's 10-ish ranking points higher. Is that, or 20 ranking points? 20 ranking points higher, yeah. I think that's he showed that in that last game.
21, to be exact.
He stepped up quite a bit on the tee, and yet he's controlling it right now as well.
Yeah, you know what? If I had to make a prediction for this match after seeing the first two, I'm going to say Waller in 5. I'm going to give Salazar another game. I think he'll... I don't know which game he's going to take, actually. But I think he's got enough in him here. He's got the fire.
Take one game.
Take another game.
As a squash fan, I'd love to see a 5-gamer, but I think, unfortunately, I think it might be a 4.
I mean, if Waller's playing shots like that, then yeah, I agree with you.
When he's playing shots like that, yeah. Just slotting it in comfortably.
I love his volley drop. It's a beautiful technique. If I could make one player out of these two guys, I'd take Waller's movement, Salazar's speed, Salazar's drop from the back of the court, and Waller's volley play in the middle of the court. Good lob. Resetting the rally.
Waller's watching for Salazar's boast a bit more, and he's covering it quite well now. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, nice.
Look at this.
Oh, and he gets a let call there.
Gets a let, yeah. So the first time I saw this, I thought that Salazar was enough out of the way that Waller had the cross court. I think, personally, I would have given a let as well. But these calls are so hard to, I mean,
they're super difficult to get.
Super subjective.
Salazar going for the early shot there.
Gotta love that snap that Waller gets on his shots at the front of the court. It makes his counter drops a lot more effective because he has the ability to send it deep at any point in his swing.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. Whoa.
Oh, he got it back.
Oh. Oh, and he's let.
So Dusor is giving him a let there. I think that's the right call. I think Waller's reaching a little. He's assuming a little too much there. If he played that cross court, he would have just won the rally.
Oh, and that's a mistake. To Waller's credit, though, I mean, taking these lets and extending the match length isn't necessarily a bad tactic if that's what he's trying to do either, because Salazar has a couple more games in him throughout the tournament, and Waller's had an easy route, so.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you on that, Tash.
You think a longer match is?
I don't. I think the length will help Waller, but just from a mental perspective,
maybe yes.
Not getting the right calls, like you can see here, he two bad calls,
unforced errors,
and he's made 2 unforced errors. And I think Salazar wants he wants Waller to be frustrated, trying to get in his head a little bit here. Anything you can do to upset the rhythm of the big Englishman.
I think that's the key, upsetting Waller's rhythm. Yeah. Waller's definitely a rhythm player, and if he gets into his comfort zone, it's...
See, this one was much more of a stroke to me than the last two. I'm a fan of Dusor's reffing so far. Not as colorful as Chandelier's, but it's some good stuff.
Just as effective.
Just as effective.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the left called backswing.
consensus from you guys on the chat here seems to be that Waller's asking for too many lets here and needs to focus up on the game a little more. Whoa! I was almost a between the legs winner. Wow, that's pretty cool. Look at that. He almost had a winner on that shot.
Yeah, it goes to the cross-court.
I would have liked to see that be a winner. Daryl Selby's had a couple of those in the last couple of years.
Waller is calling a lot of lets here. No. Yeah. I think that's a good call, personally.
Laying down the law from Desor here.
Match is becoming a bit scrappy with as many let calls as there's been points in this game so far. Great lob. When Waller gets ahead in the rally and takes the front court, he's so good at it. He just keeps it for 2-3 shots and just makes Arturo work.
And that's all set up by his movement too. He gets on that ball early and he gives himself too many options to, you know, to lose the point essentially, unless he makes an error. Like that there, you know. The bow snick went in, but he still managed to get there because he was there so early, and now he's in the driver's seat again. Very impressive. That looked like a carry to me too. Another great shot from Waller. That counter drop is just so good. Think about all the hours of solo practice that probably went into that.
Exactly, and that's the Arturo hits a slightly loose drop, and by slightly maybe a couple inches a bit higher than usual, and Waller goes and counter drops for the win. That was the difference between the first game and now. And see, Arturo's now forcing it a bit more. He knows he has to go a millimeter above the tin.
Exactly. And that kind of perceived pressure is what Waller was able to do to pretty much all of his opponents so far. Chris Hansen, Dusor, who's now reffing him, and doing a good job at. Dusor probably enjoyed that no let there, considering Waller beat him last night. But I do think he's doing a good job of being impartial here. 105 of you out there, eh? Good to have y'all. And remember that we can see everything you say in the chat, and we're more than happy to answer questions that you guys have live on the air. Jacob says that Arturo needs to focus. 100% true. Now that Waller's in his groove again after that shaky first game. Oh, he didn't need that error. If he's going to win this, he's going to have to really get his game together here.
Waller's just being just slightly tighter than Arturo at the moment, but that volley's...
Great retrieving by Salazar, but he's under so much pressure here.
Oh,
it's too much, right? Shouldn't go for that shot.
Yeah, that's a make or break shot when he doesn't necessarily need to do that, doesn't he?
I will say that he did hit that a couple times yesterday, but
yeah, it's definitely within his capacity to hit those. I guess maybe when you're 9-flat or 9-4 down, you need to get on a bit of streak, so might as well go for them. But
yeah, you know, throw caution to the wind. But
yeah, unfortunately, flip the 10.
What he needs here is just consistently, you know, getting his short game consistent again, and putting Waller under pressure while not necessarily winning the rally on that first shot but like on the follow-up shot, taking him short and then getting him on the volley after that. But Waller's taking a 2-1 lead here and looks set to take this match in 4 possibly. And we're back. Well, I just had a conversation with my buddy Max, and Max referenced a 2-1 choke, which is a saying I've never heard, but I love. And he was of the opinion that Waller's going to choke hard here and drop this game. So
I
we'll
heavily
see if Max
disagree with that. But
Tash is on record heavily disagreeing.
yeah, I think Waller's going to take this one, and pretty convincingly too.
You know what? Max's predictions have been kind to me in the past.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw Max a bone here. I don't think Waller's going to lose this match, but
That is an amazing
I could see him dropping
play.
this game possibly.
Amount of strength and balance for this one. Look at that. Oh yeah.
So deceptive too. That's an Ali Farag shot right there. Coming in with that open racket preparation. Or Dasuki plays that shot really well as well.
Suki does, yep.
Elias too. Diego Elias of Peru, who Arturo Salazar trains with actually, and who is my favorite player on the tour on record. Who's your favorite player on the tour?
Favorite player on tour?
2-0 for Waller right now.
I have to think about it for a second. I do like Mohamed El-Shorbagy a lot, actually. Some of his tactics are questionable, but I really like his intensity a lot.
I mean, you got to take your hat off to his mental strength, right?
Yeah.
I didn't used to be an El-Shorbagy fan, but in recent years, after he's, Gouad took his #1, then Gaultier, and now Farag, and he's always managed to come back strong. That's you got to respect that.
I think there's a couple more players that are maybe more pleasing on the eye to watch, but as a package, I really like the way Shorbagy plays.
Yeah, for sure. So 3-0 for Waller. Max's prediction isn't looking too good. Come on, Max.
And I think Arturo needs to develop some length to the back before going super short. Like, as he's going short too much, and then Waller's just reading it a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, he knows exactly what Arturo wants to do.
Yeah.
When Waller's starting to hit winners on straight lengths like that, without even any pace on the ball, you know Arturo's in trouble.
Yeah, just a perfect length right there.
What I'd give to be able to hit length like that on a good day.
Arturo's just forcing it a bit too slightly here, and I don't know, maybe he can pull off one of his comebacks like yesterday. Let's see if he can do it.
I mean, he was 5-0 down in the third game, from what I recall, and he came back. But you know that long match is in his legs now as well, and looks like he's mentally a little fried too.
Yeah.
Little befuddled right now.
And the Montreal crowd trying to get Arturo going here to see a little bit of a battle. Hopefully it can help.
Let's see if he can get over his confuzzlement here and get himself into this game. It's a good pickup, but he's under so much pressure here.
Oh,
and that's another guess.
Great shot by Waller.
7-0. So these last 3 games now have been basically what Waller's done to everybody else in this tournament.
Yeah.
After that first game where he was off the pace, figuring Salazar out. I mean, he knows what Salazar's doing here. And as good quality as he's hitting, it's, that's just incredible. What an
Salazar
amazing
throws
shot.
it in soft, and Waller's just like, nope, I can put it in softer.
I thought that was a winner. He looks so comfortable out there. And Salazar's done here.
Yeah, his legs look
He's
gone.
mentally and physically broken by the consistency of Waller. He's playing like he really wants the biggest title of his career here. Oh. So now Waller with 10 championship balls to take this match.
Does he give a point to Salazar? Let's find out. And he seems like he was being nice. Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
I think that's the respect of the pros right there.
Yeah, definitely don't want to beg your opponent in the last game.
Yeah. So. That's nice of Waller to do. Oh, but then he's
Wow, what a nice guy. Hands over 2 points.
Maybe he's too nice.
Yeah. I don't
just
think
lost focus for a slight second there.
Could you imagine if Salazar came back here?
I think the Montreal crowd would love to see that.
Yeah, I'd love to see
just
that.
Just for the 5th.
Here's more of what we were seeing from Waller earlier in this game, though.
Wow. And that's a great point to end Montreal tournament.
What a tournament from Waller here as he takes the final 3-1 against a very tired Arturo Salazar. Really put his all into this match, but you know, throughout this tournament, it's been all Waller, and he absolutely was the best player and deserves this prestigious title.
By far and away the best. And yeah, it was a great tournament to watch overall.
So I believe now we're going to have an interview where Waller's going to talk with Yvonne courtside. So we'll let you guys hear that.
Which is nice to see that we have some really good squash fans in Montreal. Now, this tournament over the years has crowned different kinds of champions. Some have actually won this event to become world #1 for the people that had the chance to be here when Ali Farag won a few years ago. Some have won this, and it's been their biggest achievement in the years, in their career. And I'm talking about, if some of you were here, Castagnet, Tom Richards, Hicham Achour was a very popular winner a few years ago. Some veterans too, Borja Golan, qui a gagné 2 années, dont une année sur le terrain vitré et une année ici l'an passé. Il y a eu aussi le frère d'Arturo, César, qui a gagné ici il y a quelques années, qui est aussi un vétéran. J'aimerais maintenant demander le représentant du commanditaire principal, Pembroke, Steve Huey de venir ici dire quelques mots.
Well, this is more pressure than I felt on any time playing squash on the court, so I apologize if I fall over. But I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and watching the tourney and watching a really entertaining finals. Congratulations to Arturo and Adrian for a good show. I want to say a word of thanks to our fellow sponsors. So Fiera, one day you will get us.
I'm not part of the speech.
Formula Growth, our neighbors, and then the other sponsors, Government of Quebec, City of Montreal, Squash Quebec. This is a sport that is near and dear to our hearts, but is maybe not popular in the mainstream. So whatever support we get, we certainly appreciate. And then final thank you to the volunteers, cheerleaders, everyone who got part of the tournament. I know we want to do this on a glass court next year, so we need more of us like us next year if we're going to do it. I think I can speak for Jeff and the rest of us at Pembroke that we'll put up our hand and be a part of it. And Yvonne, good luck.
Just to say that another event that we run parallel to this event is a corporate tournament, and that's what Adrian was referring to. That the final result today and Pembroke beat Fiera this afternoon.
No, for 8 consecutive years, somehow,
It's real.
Pembroke is the biggest sponsor, and they somehow won the competition.
So you all know what that means. All right. So I'd like to j'aimerais inviter le finaliste Arturo Salazar. Adrian yesterday, asking him what was his biggest event. He's ranked 31st in the world. He plays all the big events. And he said, let's not go there. I said, come on, you got to tell me. He said, no, I don't want to talk about it, but it is his biggest win. So he's been coming here for a few years, and I'm very happy that our winner this year, Adrian, welcome.
experience that this club has of running events, everything's so relaxed, so thought out that it makes our lives so much easier and enjoyable to be able to go out and not worry about things around the club or courts or whatever